see what I be on, got a different style. They be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating this a party, one o'clock of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the league, but you ain't hooping around and tear out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, only thing it did was veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I say it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no talk cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk dog, it's a room full of brinds. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline. All hell the king, made the president resign. And if I'm not the king, then I'm making doves cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Go to 50. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, take 26.
To throw is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, that's not the way you want to start a first pass attempt. Got a first drop on him.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Packersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Packers at 5-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And Lazard's got it again. And he'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
26.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From way up at the 23. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Those defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. And I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
On 2nd and 10. Prescott. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Prescott yet again. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action now, Prescott. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. They'll throw again. Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Now Prescott. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Rodgers.
Finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. Two guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
50. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, check 26.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Prescott now. His throw incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And that one goes out of bounds, and let's see here. They're going to walk this back to the 40-yard line. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that is incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Rodgers will try again on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Neville Gallimore on the stop.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing is Rodgers. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Fields it right around the goal line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A first down throw for Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of the first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So,
all right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
and as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost him a ball?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it, And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you? Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood.
And now here is another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd down, Elliott. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On the return, Johnson. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. On 1st down, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
Go to 50, hey, you block over here.
On play action, Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Eric Stokes in on the tackle. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They go to Elliott again. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Marr able to put this one through. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Prescott now on second down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down carry by Elliott. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Again, it's Elliott. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. The give is to Elliott. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. On play action, now Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. On the counter, here's Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking up the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 33. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 13 yards, first down, Packers. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A give to Elliott. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it's going to be their defense.
is what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody.